In their customs, these savages find a naive and simple form of expression for dumb, primitive feelings. It is not the wife who brings a dowry here, but the husband who comes with gifts to his bride. So let's think about that for a second. That tells us something about the Romans and Greeks. I think Tacitus was Roman, so let's just say Romans. It is not the wife who brings a dowry here. So Tacitus is saying that typically in their culture, the wife would pay for a husband. It's interesting that nowadays we think of dowry as being a sexist thing, like you're paying for a wife, right? We'll get deeper into this later, but to my point, it's almost weird that we forget that, yes, we pay for a wife with a dowry, right? But why wouldn't the wife pay for a husband? You know, in an equal world. It's interesting that we completely forget about that because our culture is so about the man taking care of the woman. I mean, not of late, but in the last century or so, that's been pretty much what people strive for. So it's interesting to see how that works. It is not the wife who brings a dowry here, but the husband who comes with gifts to his bride. And these gifts do not consist in woman's fripperies. No. Cattle, a saddled horse, a shield, a sword. These are the bridal gifts. Could you imagine? Could you imagine this? Okay, hold on 1 second. Ladies, what's up? Here's a sword. Marry me, right? Yeah. What if I take this? Okay. First of all, we all know that there were forms of barter back in the day, right? So a sheep would make sense. A goat would make sense. Cattle would make sense, right? But I'm not quite sure what he's saying when he's saying, I'm gonna bring these dainty females a shield and a sword. So really what he's saying is there's more equality in this barbaric culture than there would be in the Roman culture, because females, I'm sorry, I think there are females out there who are strong and powerful, and more strong and powerful than many men. And I'm talking mentally and physically. You know, in the Roman and Greek culture, it was viewed as that. Obviously, that's what he's saying. But in this tribe, I bring you a shield, and that's something you're into because you can wield it, and you're not treated as this inferior being. So that says a little bit about the equality in gender in this tribe. To me, what do you guys think? And she in return brings weapons for her husband's use. This they consider the strongest of bonds, the sacredness of the home, the gods of wedded life, to the end that a woman shall not feel herself apart from manly thoughts and the changing circumstance of war. She is reminded, in the marriage ceremony itself, that she there enters upon a sharing of her husband's work and peril. That's okay. We're going to come back to that in a second because that's cool. That's really cool. And as between friends, they rejoice in one another's gifts, giving and receiving freely, without thought of gain. Friendly goodwill it is that unites them. In other words, no sickly cast of thought, but pure spontaneous feeling. So it's like, what can I give her? What can I give him? They can use this. Give it to him. Give it to him. You know, it's not this like well, if I give her this, what's she going to give me type of thing. You know, like a lot of Christians, a lot of people in modern day Christianity were people that just celebrate Christmas. They feel bad when they give somebody something more than the other person or something like that. If they were both opening their gifts and one had an Xbox One and one got dollar sandals, the person giving those gifts has a tendency to feel bad, right? But in this, it's not about that. It's about, I think this person would like this or could use this, so let's give it to them. I find that really cool. The other thing that I wanted to come back to, she's reminded in the marriage ceremony itself that she there enters upon a sharing of her husband's work and peril. So, obviously this is towards the female, right? So now we're into a gender thing. We're not going to talk about equality or inequality in this so much. But in the ancient world, in a lot of the cultures, obviously, females were viewed as people who could not hold up to the character, the privilege, or the duties of males. You know, that's not to say that sometimes they didn't work hard, or, you know, I'm not trying to say that certain things didn't happen. But I'm saying in the Roman and Greek culture, obviously, a female wasn't equal to a male in the fact that if somebody came into my home and was trying to murder everyone, right? In Rome or Greece, it's my job to defend the house and my job alone, right? It would be understandable if I get murdered and everyone else dies or everyone else lives. It would be understandable that the female didn't do anything or couldn't, right? In this culture, they're saying, no, if the male perishes, if the husband perishes, or if he's fighting, you better join or die trying. They view them as equals. That's cool. If you look at it from that perspective, that's really cool. It's a different way to look at the equality, right? So obviously they place high values on women in this tribe. Tacitus is concerned, let's see. Oh, we're not done here. Gain friendly goodwill, it is that unites them. Okay, here we go. Tacitus is concerned to show particularly how all virtue and vice, and these two words are in quotes, is a natural growth among the people he describes. He depicts them with so affectionate hand, and at the same time with unvarnished truth in detail, because he views his object as a piece of unspoiled nature. So thoroughly he is filled with the sense of contrast between himself and his barbarians, that he fails to mark how every fact he brings forward infallibly tears the frail theory in which he tries to enweave in it. So Wilhelm's saying that the way Tacitus writes is he's saying this tribe is barbaric, and the examples he's giving are to the contrary. I'm going to stop there. I'm going to try and do these videos in 10-minute intervals. If you would like me to do more, let me know in the comments. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. We'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one.